What's poppin', savvy investors? Wow, that was loud. It's your man's Dex here with another quick video. And this video gonna be simply about wholesaling versus overages. The business-wise, obviously. Wholesaling business versus the overage business. Which one should you get started in? Which one do I find easier? Which one do I find more consistent, I'll say? Which one involves the least amount of work, per se? I'm gonna start this video by saying this. I said, gee whiz, that's loud. Why does that bird have to bother my video? Cheat. All right. This fucking bird, I'm going. Let me walk up. I'm gonna start by saying this. If you're 100% brand new to real estate investing, like I was, don't know shit about it, obviously, you've heard me say in previous videos, mentor. I would search for a solid mentor. Outside of that, what would I start with? Wholesaling or overages? I probably, if I can go back, I probably would just do both. Now this is all dependent upon the time and how much time do you own in your day. I own all my days, all my time. I'm self-employed. I dedicate all my time to real estate investing. I got a small piece of passive income that helps me take care of my bills. Outside of that, it's all real estate. So one of the more important things is, like, I'm always learning about both. I'm always learning more things about overage, more things about wholesaling. So I would definitely say start doing them both. And as far as which one do I think is harder, I think wholesaling can be a lot more confusing, per se, because you have different formulas that work for where you're buying at, or where you're doing business at, rather, right? So you may be somewhere where they do 65% times ARV, or some places they do 80%, some places they do 75%, so that can vary as far as getting your formula together to get to your asking price in wholesaling, right? The overage business, the things that vary in that business are fairly constant, so if it's hard to get like a list from one courthouse, then any other courthouse that operates like that, it's probably going to be hard. It's a consistent problem across the business. And it's not that wholesaling doesn't have a consistent problems, it's that the entry to wholesaling isn't the same depending on where you're at. Like overages is probably going to be the same for the most part. Your entry is going to be the exact same. Everybody going to pick the counties and the states to work that make it the easiest. And go from there. Wholesaling, it's a lot more competition as well than wholesaling. A lot more competition. Payday. I think your payday in wholesaling, a consistent wholesale business, can be just as lucrative as the overage business, if not more, and vice versa. Now, what separates them is the amount of deals you have coming in, how big your deals are, and how consistent your deals are. The overage business, you got to have a pipeline of deals. It's a must. Wholesaling you're definitely going to have a pipeline of people you're marketing to, and deals are going to come from that. The thing with that really separates the two is the overage situation is money that is sitting there, 100%. Wholesaling, you got buyers. You find them buyers to get this stuff done, right? So when you're dealing with a buyer, the money right there, do the transaction, he like the property, boom, y'all move forward, go to closing, get your wholesaling fee, you just made $10,000-$15,000. With the overage business, you're definitely gonna have that capability of making that type of money, but it's contingent more so upon the courts and how quick the courts move. Realistic, you can You can only do so much due diligence as far as like your part goes. It's a great day outside. I'm sorry, I'm looking at people at the pool. It's a beautiful day outside. But as far as like the court moves, that's kind of what it's dependent upon in the overage business. Okay, that's loud. As far as wholesaling, you know, like I just said, your buyer holding your bread. Your buyer got your money. In the overage business, the courthouse got your money and your client's money. Well, most of your client's money and your money, because first and foremost, your client is obviously going to get a bigger percentage than you. That's, you know, how I feel about both of the businesses in a nutshell. And like I said, as far as which one I would start first, I would start both of them. I don't see a reason why you wouldn't. You know, some people say the learning curve is a little hard. Some people say you don't want to put too much on your plate. Some people say you want to focus on one thing. Well, as far as real estate investing go, I consider focusing on one thing is real estate investing. So within the realms of it, you have different aspects, obviously. The wholesale business, the overage business. You got landlords, you got commercial real estate, you got all kinds of real estate. So from that aspect, that's why I think you should just focus on both of them. Like it's not that hard to put out some signs and do your marketing for your wholesale business and make some phone calls in your overage business. And one thing about the overage business I'm gonna say as well that really separates it, now that hits my mind, you can actually get a list, especially in the beginning. You can get a list and you can just focus on that list. If you got 25 people that are owed X amount of dollars, you should definitely just focus on that. Wholesaling, you know, you can have 25 properties that you want to get, but number one, they may not want to sell. Number two, you may not be able to get in contact with them. And the getting in contact with them goes across the board for all real estate investors. So that's why, you know, the Skiptracing and all that goes without saying. Of course, you have to find people. For those of y'all that don't know what Skiptracing is, it's a service that you use to look people's name up, look up their phone number, email, that sort of thing. I'm pretty sure you heard about it. Thanks, Pinsky. Thanks for ruining my very just screw it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm back. So the barriers are roughly the same, in my humble opinion. About the same. Like, I wouldn't say one's that much easier or that much harder. You know, you can both do them from home in this day and age. You can both of them you can make viable careers out of, and both of them are both fairly, you know, cheap barriers of entry to get in both of those businesses. You know, wholesaling, I kind of got in. I had a couple of $100 to play with, but I got my first deal in like 3 months. You know, and that's not having any clue about real estate investing, like at all. I had no clue about real estate investing. And I got my first deal in about 3-4 months. In the overage business, it's probably was about the same, about 3-4 months to get my first deal. Now, I will say this: the big difference is, I technically got my first overage deal within probably a 3-4 week period. The courts is what I was waiting on to close those deals. You know, so in a deal, you know, it ain't a deal until money in your pocket, in my opinion. So technically, I had the deal closed within, less than a month almost. Less than a month, most definitely. But it took a couple of months for it to pay out. But it paid out, so that's how the overage business works. You're not gonna get paid immediately. It's gonna take some time, but it's gonna come. And you doing your due diligence as much as you can to make your job, make the attorney's job as easy as possible, is the one thing I can definitely say that'll speed it up, for sure. But yeah, man, y'all can tell walking through these dark, gloomy hallways back in my apartment complex. I've been out doing my D&D today. I appreciate y'all for coming checking out this vlog. It's your Savvy Investor Dex. You know, stay savvy. Y'all like, y'all subscribe, y'all share this with your people. I'm gonna be dropping a whole lot of free game. And I always got a partnership opportunity. Peace. Appreciate you.